I started it a little early, but that's okay. We're filling it out. Title of the series is Black Business Rising, How to Do Business with the City. And today's topic is how to get started as a small business with Mr. Danny Brewer. Yes. Just a quick bio on Mr. Brewer. Mr. Brewer is a business coach and trainer with the City of Austin Small Business Division. He assists local entrepreneurs with gathering resources to successfully launch their business. And he has nearly 9 years of experience with local small businesses. And I'm sure I could go on and on with your illustrious list, Mr. Brewer, but that's who we have guiding the way today. And in the chat, I put the Small Business Division website link. I'll also be putting Mr. Brewer's email. In case you need to get contact with him, he'll be giving some of that information with the presentation today. And I'll be monitoring the chat for questions. It's pretty informal though. If you have a question, just come off mic, respectfully, and let us know what you'd like to say. And then I'll point out any questions that Mr. Brewer maybe can't see in the chat as well. I'll come off mic as well. But yeah, that's it without further ado. And super excited. So let me pin you here.
Beverly had a question, Tyra?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Will this make us certified, or is this in the process of, or how does that happen? What's the link to that? That's my goal. Thank you.
Beverly, we have a certified, a class on how to certify. That's going to be with the Small Business Resource Enterprise. That is not today's class. Today's a series, or the 12:30 series for today is on how to get your business started. I believe the certified class, if I'm not mistaken, is either Wednesday, I believe tomorrow or Thursday. And we can also put the schedule in the chat for you. That class, however, will not get you certified. You are getting the starter information on how to start that process. And that's for every session that you'll be a part of today. Our job in this series is to get you all of the information that you need, including contact information and resources so that you can go on and do what you need to for your business. But I would definitely say if you're looking only for certification, to go to that class specifically.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you, Beverly, and thank you, Terry, my dear. And I didn't introduce you, Terry, and I feel like I should. I'm trying not to eat up too much.
No need to. Yep. Oh, I definitely think we should get started.
Okay. Awesome. Well, great. I'm gonna put the class schedule in the chat, and Mr. Brewer, I'm gonna put myself on mute until I need to come back again and facilitate things.
All right.
Okay. Awesome.
It's all me.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Tyra. Thank you, Terry. Welcome everybody to this session today. Let me share my screen. Like Tyra said, I am with the City of Austin Small Business Division, Economic Development Department. So on behalf of the City of Austin Economic Development Department, I want to say welcome to this series. This series is going to give you an insight of the city's resources, how to start your business, a little bit about the business plan and resources, where you can go after this to help build your little, your small business team. Typically, when we start businesses, it's a team maybe of one, yourself. If you have a partner, it's a team of two. So depending on your outlook on life, everything could be a good idea or a bad idea. So we are trying to build that team up so you can ask professionals, experts, get professional advice on what you may need. So to get started, the Small Business Division is part of the Economic Development Department. So you look at all these divisions within economic development, cultural arts, global business, heritage tourism, music, entertainment, redevelopment, small business. And we do a lot. I mean, if you go to the airport and you see all the artwork at the airport, you go downtown, whether it's 2nd Street or Mueller, and you see all the expansion that's going on there. We do a lot. At any one time, there's probably about 70 to 80 folks in our department. So not a lot of people, but we do a lot of work and we're very proud of that. So starting a business, let's talk about that. So that's why everyone's here today. So what are some services that the city of Austin provides to everybody? So let's go over some of the resources that are available to you that can help you start your business. So one is business orientation. That orientation gives an overview of the city of Austin small business resources. There's also resources in the state, in the city, and the county that we go over that can help you with your business. And after you take that orientation, you'll be afforded to see our business coaches. So what does business coaches do? Well, when we think about coaches, we think about, maybe with the clipboard, with the whistle, cheering you on. It's a little different for business coaches. So what's going to happen is you're going to sign up on their questionnaire to see the business coach, and they'll reach out to set a one-on-one appointment with you, and they'll go over where you are in your business stage, and they will, the first step is completing your business plan. So business plan is going to be kind of like your roadmap. So it's going to be depending on how many times you sit down with the business coach, but that's the ultimate goal, is complete your business plan. Next is Biz Open. So if you're looking to open a brick and mortar location, there is a process in the city, getting your permits, getting your inspections, and the ultimate goal to opening any location in the city of Austin is getting your certificate of occupancy. There is a process. With this course, the Biz Open course, we go over the process, who you can sit down and talk to about the process. Earlier this year, the development services team, they are in charge of the permitting and zoning within the city of Austin. They stood up what's called the development process team. This process team is like your ombudsman, your counselor for the process, and you can meet with them to go over the process. You can sit down with them if you have submitted paperwork, or if you have getting differing opinions on certain things on your project. You can sit down with them and they can make matters clear for you. We discussed the business coaching. So we contract with our business coaches. So we have 3 different business coaches, contracts with business coaches, actually 4. Let me mention those real quick. So first is just our general business coaching. So if you're just looking to do your business plan, maybe your marketing plan, sit down with our business coaches. They'll help you with that. 6 free hours. If you're a city of Austin resident, your taxes already pay for it, no charge. So all these business coaches are going to be no charge. So this one's no charge. So this is a great way to build that inner circle, your little team, get the business coaches in there, and they can provide you sound feedback on your business plan. We contract with People Fund, so they do our general business coaching. The next one is for creatives. So if you're in the art industry, the music industry, or anything creative, and you're looking to do business coaching, you can definitely go to People Fund, but the one we contract with is Big Austin. So you can go to Big Austin, they provide business coaching too. The good thing about Big Austin and People Fund is they are also what's called micro lenders. So they offer small business loans. So you can go to them, they'll help you with your business plan. And the goal is, if you need capital funding for your business, they can shuffle you down the virtual hall to one of their loan officers and get you that capital that you need. Next would be Economic Growth Business Incubator, EGBI. EGBI does business coaching for our nonprofit. So if you're a nonprofit and you're looking to get started, you can definitely reach out to Economic Growth Business Incubator. They can do the business coaching for your nonprofit. And lastly is cooperative. So if you are interested in starting a cooperative, want to know more about it, we can definitely link you up with our cooperatives coach.
Hey, Mr. Brewer,
Yes,
this is Tyra. Sorry, before we keep moving, we do have a question in the chat that, let's see, from Nicole. That I thought was interesting. And as some of these questions Mr. Brewer has answered, so just kind of be mindful of whenever we come in. But let me see what she said. We have, real quick, sorry. Nicole Klein said, hi, can you tell me if the business orientation or anything else provides information about local sources of non-dilutive funding? Okay. So yeah, we might have to kind of expand on that, but we'll also be directing you all to Mr. Brewer's email if you have some specific questions that may not be get answered today. So just keep that in mind as well, you all, since this is just an hour.
We go, to answer your question, we go over some of the funding here locally. Not sure if that topic's covered in it, but this is a great opportunity to maybe sit down with one of the business coaches and they can assist you with that. Like I said, they do have loan officers there and they can help you with the funding. So part of People Fund and Big Austin, they work with the SBA loans, they work with the micro lending. Their loan officers are very capable of answering some of these financial questions. Any other questions?
You all are also welcome to come off mic for quick questions. We do have to get through an hour and give you a good rich information. So keep them short, but you can come off mic.
I'm concerned that maybe we should just move forward with the presentation and make sure that everything is covered in one way. And then if not, then we can circle back around to questions. And then some of these series sessions we've already been told are going to run over an hour. So we're going to give you contact information. We're also going to take your questions down and we're, and disperse them that way. Our intention is to get you the information that you need, but let's get through the presentation because some of these may be covered and then we'll circle back around to questions. Again, you'll also have Mr. Brewer and a few other contacts if you'd like to reach out directly. And these folks are super, super accessible. So it's great. Thanks.
All right.
Fantastic.
Good point.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
Terry. All right, moving forward. We do have some other classes, programs that can help you. And the first one there you see is industry research. So you may be saying, I'm starting a business, I don't need to do research. Why do I need to do research? So research is going to help you in a couple ways. It's going to help you better prepare your business, how you fit into the industry, where you can fit in, how your competitors are doing, what you need to do, what you need to capitalize on, what your niche is going to be. So this is what you can do is called pre-planning. Then when you actually do your business plan, you're going to have to conduct research there. So this class is going to help you with this database here, A to Z. This one is free. It's through the Austin Library. If you have a library card, you can access this from your house. And this provides a wealth of information about your competitors, a little bit about benchmarking. So you can check this one out. The business model canvas will show you what that looks like here in a little bit. But basically, that's a one-page, what we call a one-page business plan. And it's a visualization of what's important for your business, what you need to focus on. Cooperatives, I mentioned this earlier. So if you're interested in maybe starting cooperatives, there's Wheatsville. I think probably most of us are familiar with Wheatsville here in Austin. That's a cooperative. And there's several cooperatives here in Austin. But if you are interested in starting a cooperative, definitely reach out to our coaches, cooperative coaches. That's the link right there, the bit.ly link. Size Up Austin is a database that we just recently signed up for with the city. So if you go to our main page, which was one slide back, it was Austin or smallbizaustin.org. If you go to that website, and on the very front page of that website will be Size Up. So Size Up is one of these powerful tools. So if you see big companies, maybe like Starbucks or Costco, they pay these big corporations like Deloitte, these big accounting firms that do this data number crunching or where they can move to, the marketing, buying properties. And this is something you can do on Size Up at no cost. So you can use this tool on our website, no charge, and it's going to give you a couple things. It's going to give you a benchmarking tool. So when you're doing your financials for your business plan, which is always the hardest part of the business plan, you can go in there and put some numbers down, hypothetical numbers, and see how you compare to your industry. You can look for where you need to advertise, where your customers are at. And one of the key things that this one offers is demographics. So there's 4 big things that this tool is going to give you at no charge. Next is classes. So we do provide classes, educating yourself on how to run your business, not only run your business, but be successful, whether you're hiring, firing, getting capital, doing your books, marketing, social media, everything you need to do to be successful in your business. we offer the classes for. We contract with the University of Texas Center for Professional Education. After you take 6 of these classes, you'll receive what's called a business skill certificate. It's a pretty certificate with the city seal in the middle, and it's signed by the city leadership. We present the certificate once a quarter. So right now it's a virtual presentation, but just keep that in mind. We have 4 big events. Our big event that is coming up is Small Business Week, first week of May. Austin Fast Start is a pitch competition. So if you go to our website, you sign up for the newsletter, well, you'll get a newsletter twice a month. We don't give your information out to anybody else. The only reason we use your information is to send out the newsletter. You get it twice a month. And with that newsletter, you'll see when the pitch competition is, what's the industry. So if you're starting your business, or if you already started your business and you want to do a pitch competition, if it's in your industry, you can join up, you can sign up, see if you can get in. The winner gets $5,000 in cash and prizes. If you just want to see what a pitch competition is about, you can definitely just come and view and see if this is maybe something you want to do. There's some other resources to help you. So the public library has a database for business and nonprofits, and on that database, you'll get the database we mentioned earlier, A to Z. This is all no charge. You'll get the Austin Business Journal, no charge. Austin Business Journal puts out this, what's called the Book of List. The Book of List is like the top 100 real estate companies, top 100 construction companies, top 100. It just has a list of the top companies here in Austin. Circular economy, if you're looking to reduce your waste of your industry, your company, I think the goal for Austin is 0 waste by 2040. Go to Austin Resource Recovery, and you can search by your industry. You can connect with Austin Resource Recovery, and they can tell you tips you can do to reduce the waste for your business. Recently, we created the Small Business Directory. So when you go to our website, smallbizaustin.org, you can see the Small Business Resource Directory. So this is a great place to start if you're looking for resources. The resources may be, and here's how you can search resources. You can search by category. So let's say you're looking for business coaches, or maybe funding or nonprofit support. You can go in there and select one of the categories, and you can select by geographic location. So local, state, or federal. So you can search for all the local business coaches, and it'll bring up a list, populate a list for you. So that's a great place to start. And small business preparedness. So this came about, small business preparedness came about many years ago when we had the big flood during Del Valley. So with the Del Valley flood, there was some businesses out that way that got flooded and they did not come back in business. Statistically, small businesses during natural disasters, over 50% do not come back. And the reason these businesses that did not come back is because they had all their information stored on a local device. So when it flooded, it ruined their all their information, all their receipts, all their contacts, so they couldn't come back in business. So, you know, we always say be prepared. If there's a natural disaster, you don't know what could happen, back up your information. Just prepare for disasters when you start your business. Just think about it. We do offer 2 loan programs. So Family Business Loan Program is a job creation loan. So for every $36,000 that you borrow, you're obligated to create 1 full-time employee. Are there any veterans on the loan, on the call? If there are, then you are.
Yes, I'm a veteran, and I think in the chat we have a couple people who also said they're veterans.
All right, listen, we have not given out a veteran business loan initiative yet. This is a great opportunity to get low interest capital for startups and existing businesses. So with the Family Business Loan Program, like any loan, whether you're getting it for your car or your house, you have to maybe be in, for this one, you have to be in business for a couple of years. You have to have so much capital. You have to make so much revenue. So this is for an existing businesses, Family Business Loan. Veteran Business Loan Initiative is for startups. So you don't even have to start your business yet. So this is a great program to get you low interest funds for your business. If you're interested in that, shoot me an email after this and I will connect you with the loan officer. So that's some of the services. We have the orientation, some of the UT classes, our coaching, some resources to help you do some of the research, and this funding. So a little bit about the business model canvas. We have two approaches for the preparing your business. One is the business model canvas, and one is the traditional business plan. So with the business model canvas, it is sometimes called the one-page business plan. This is what it's going to look like. So with these 9 building blocks, you're going to focus. It's going to help you focus on what's important to your business, how you're going to succeed. All this information is typically what you would put into your business plan, but it is condensed to 1 page. So we look at value proposition. So this is example business model canvas for a coffee shop. So you look at the value proposition. So what we see for a coffee shop: hot and cold coffee selection, efficient and customer-centric ordering process, and the bakery. So there are resources. We're about to bring back our business model canvas class at the city, but there's also other resources where you can go and you can do this yourself. So this is an internal document that you would do for yourself. If this is something that you did, and you can always put this in your business plan, maybe under the appendix, and you can show your investors that you have done the business model canvas and you are more capable of being successful with this business. So
Mr. Can I just interject real quick? This is Nicole Kleins again. I'm putting in the chat a resource that I found out about not too long ago. It's a class that's called How to Build a Startup. It's a free class and it's at udacity.com. And it's just one of the best classes that I've taken online. And it's about the business model canvas and stuff like that. So if people are not as familiar with that concept, that link is now in the chat for you.
Okay. Thanks, Nicole. There's tons of resources. Yep. Thank you. So moving on to the traditional business plan. So traditional business plan is what most people are going to do. So they're going to say, well, I'm going to start this type of business. I'm going to go do my business plan. Traditional business plans are typically about 6 sections. We'll hit some of the highlights right here. We have a business plan class. It is what's called the beginner level class. There's no charge for this class. The gentleman that teaches the class, Walter, he has been a nonprofit CEO here in Austin for about 20 plus years. So when you take the class, he gives his contact information on there. So this is someone that you can put in your little business circle, and you can lean on him for maybe the financial help or some of the other help on the business plan. Besides sitting down with the business coach, our business plan class is a great tool too. So let's go some of the highlights on the business plan. Market analysis. So what we highlight here is target customer identification. So when we say target customer, we're not looking at the city of Austin. City of Austin's big, we know that, and it's only getting bigger. So if everybody shopped at your business once a week or once a month, you probably wouldn't have to stay in business too long. You'd be rolling in money. So we need to narrow that down. So whether it's morning commuters getting coffee, maybe it's a certain zip code, certain neighborhoods looking to get breakfast food, or we need to narrow it down. So you think of your shopping habits and where you do your shopping, and so try to narrow down your target customers. Like I said, whether it's morning commuters, they're a certain age group, or they buy certain products, maybe they're into fitness, that live in a certain area. So this is what you want to try to narrow down. Products and service, hopefully everybody knows what products and service they want to sell. What we're saying here in products and service is how you're going to be successful. One of the biggest things for small business to be successful is not growth, it's improvement. You need to improve what you're doing to stay ahead. So products and services, you have to find your niche. What separates you from your customers? What makes you better? What makes me want to buy your hamburger versus McDonald's? Is it closer? Is it bigger? Is it less expensive? You have to find what makes you different when people want to come to your establishment versus someone else's. If you look at marketing commercials on TV, the radio, or anywhere, you can see there's always a niche, and they're always trying to push a niche, what they think they can capitalize on. When you find what yours is, that's what you need to capitalize on. And we hear it all the time. Maybe we don't know what it is, but we can hear like voted #1 in Austin. We'll hear this on certain commercials, and sometimes I wonder, well, who's doing the voting? Is it your mom and dad doing the voting? I mean, really, who's doing the voting? And certain other things you'll hear, and you're just like, oh, okay. Jimmy John's, when we say Jimmy John's, sometimes we see the commercials where they're still on the phone and they get the order before the commercials even orders. Oh, it's fast service. Okay. So that's a niche right there, fast service. Voted #1, that's a niche. And we can also think of McDonald's. McDonald's has a niche. So what's their niche? So if we went to McDonald's here in Austin, if we ordered a Big Mac, then let's say we went to Kentucky and ordered a Big Mac, we would know, hopefully, that the Big Mac is going to taste the same here that it's going to taste there. Now, not going overseas, but just saying in the United States, it's going to taste the same. So we're going to get the same thing no matter where we go, and that's a niche. So think of what your niche is. Now you can go to your competitor's website, you can go on their social media, see what they're capitalizing on, and see where there's an opportunity. Maybe the opportunity is you come in as a luxury brand and you sell higher. Maybe you undercut everybody and sell lower. Maybe you deliver. Maybe you offer mobile services. There's got to be a niche where you can capitalize on. When you find that, you need to capitalize on that. Then you have to improve it to stay in business. Marketing. So what is marketing? Marketing is who are your customers and how do you reach them? So do your customers hang out on TikTok? Do they hang out on Instagram, Facebook? Where are they at? They listen to Spotify. How do you reach them and where are they at? I think we have one of the best marketing classes. If you have the opportunity to take it, definitely look into taking our marketing class. The gentleman that teaches it, he is a local marketing professor here at the university. Every semester, his marketing class takes a small business and they'll make recommendations to that for their marketing plan. He also goes over colors, what colors are good for your industry. What should your logo be like? How to create your own website, social media, how often you should post, what should you post? On your website, call to action, newsletters where you can get stock made newsletters. A lot of stuff that we find that maybe should be easy, he just goes over it, makes it simple for us, and he gives us the resources. And this is another way to build that little circle for your business. Okay, moving forward, company and management description. So this is going to be your resume. If you have a partner, obviously their resume. If you're starting a corporation, it's going to be your board of directors. So with that, it's how long you worked in the industry. If you worked in the industry, basically you're giving investors, your rich uncle, whoever, a warm and fuzzy that you're going to be successful running the business and you're just not going to run off with their money. The hardest part about the business plan, by far, hands down, is financial analysis. Financial analysis, in this section, we're asking you to take a business that does not exist, 5 years out, project 5 years out, and write down the financials, which seems sometimes impossible, but it can be done. You think about your personal life right now and your personal finances, and if we told you to do 5 years out right now, you'd be like, well, it's maybe difficult, but I think I can do it. So with the business that doesn't exist, it can be a challenge. So how do we overcome that? How do we do better on that and make it easier? So the business plan class, which I mentioned earlier, the instructor, Walter, breaks down the financial portion and he creates this Excel spreadsheet that is yours after the class, and he makes it very easy to understand the financial portion of it. Second is our business coaches. They can definitely assist with that. If this is something you want to do by yourself, Yeah, I can show you websites where you can go and do some of the business plans yourself. We also have a couple databases. So when you sit down with our business coaches, you can have access to some reports. One is called iBizWorld, IBISWORLD. With iBizWorld, it's a national industry report. So instead of going to Google or Bing or Edge or wherever you're going to try to get information for your business plan, this is a report, and this is the information you can copy and paste into your business plan. It shows how your industry is trending. So just get information for your business plan. The other one is called BizMiner, BIZMINER. So BizMiner is just local industry financial reports. So you're going to get the balance sheet 5 years out, the profit and loss 5 years out, and you're going to get some of the financial ratios. All this information is key for your financial portion of your business plan.
I was coming over, that's what Halanas, to see if you can help me with my unemployment.
All right, next is the executive summary. So with the executive summary, it's written last here. So since it's written last, we're going to write it last. So that's the goal. So if you sit down with any business coach, counselor, they're going to tell you to write the executive summary last. So after you write it last, this will go at the very, very beginning of your business plan. So you write it last, it goes at the beginning. So what goes in the executive summary? So typically it's going to be about a paragraph to 2 paragraphs, no more than a page. And what you're going to put in there is, remember we mentioned the niche earlier, what's going to separate you from the customer, why people are going to select your brand over someone else's. You're going to pull in the investor. This is why we're going to be successful. This is my niche. This is what I can do. And a lot of people say if there's a financial ask, like if you're asking for a maybe loan or you need capital to get started, you can always put that in the executive summary too. In the financial analysis, you will put the line item of what you'll use all that capital for. Here, you'll just ask the general ask. Okay, so business development. So there's a lot of agencies in town that can help you with your small business. We're not the only game in town. I say that a lot. We are definitely not the only game in town. Let me mention a couple of these. So we have definitely us. We have People Fund. People Fund, they do micro lending and they do business coaching. Big Austin, they do micro lending and business coaching. Big Austin, Economic Growth Business Incubator, EGBI, they do business coaching. If you live in Round Rock or San Marcos, there's one called Texas State Small Business Development Center. They are a federally funded program. You go to universities around the United States and they'll be located in universities. And there's one down at University of Houston. The one up here in Austin is located at Texas State for some reason. And you can go there, they have business counselors. So you can go in there and they can assist you, just like all these are no charge. So you can definitely do that. The other one I always recommend is having a business mentor. Mentors are going to do a lot for you. They are with you, hopefully, the life of your business. You can go to SCORE, SCORE, SCORE of Austin, and you can sign up to get a free business mentor, hopefully someone close to your industry. When they pair you up with someone in your industry, you can meet for like a virtual cup of coffee. You can send them part of your business plan. They can look at it. If you're looking to launch a new product, you can get their feedback. They can help you with your QuickBooks. I remember a couple of years ago, I was invited to the inaugural meeting for the Texas Deaf Chamber of Commerce. So this is their first meeting. So they had us there wanting to thank the small business division. And they also had their business mentor from SCORE there who helped them establish their nonprofit. So the SCORE mentors, they do a lot for your business. So please take advantage of that. So what do you need to operate a business in Texas? You need a legal structure. There are plenty of legal structures here in Texas. So sole proprietorship, these are some of the more popular ones. So we've heard of this one, sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is done at the county level. So if you're just wanting to do business in Travis County, you can get a sole proprietorship. Here we call it a DBA, doing business as. So that this one is at 5501 Airport Boulevard. It's $24. If you want to get a copy, it's $1. If you have a partner on there, I think it's an extra 50 cents to $1. So it's not expensive. There's pros and cons to each one of these. I would always recommend sitting down with a CPA or an attorney on the front end, maybe spend a little money to see what's best for your business, your industry, so you don't have to go back and change things or you run into trouble later on. The other popular ones are what we heard of, LLC and corporation. LLC and corporation is done at the state level. That is with the Texas Secretary of State's office. That can be filed digitally. You can mail it in, you can fax it in, and that one is $300. So this is a good class right here. Determine your business structure class. I think it's right now it's full, but we will have another one coming up here soon. So like I said, sign up for the newsletter. You can just check our website. This is one of the best classes I've been to, determine your business class structure, if you don't know what structure is best for you. Vendor registration. So someone mentioned this earlier. So in order to do business with any government entity, you need to become a vendor for that entity first. So whether you're with the city, the county, University of Texas, the state, federal, you need to become a vendor first. So the city vendor, you go to City of Austin Purchasing Department, you sign up to be a vendor. When you sign up to be a vendor, it's not a hard process. You just fill out some boxes. And after you become a vendor, then you can go to Small Minority Business Resources, SMBR. That's another city or division department. And at that department, they offer 3 certificates. One's for minorities, one's for women-owned businesses, and one is for historically underutilized businesses. So with these certifications, they do not guarantee that you will receive contracts. What it guarantees is you're going to get points on a contract. So if you're not familiar on how contracts works, what will happen, here's the process, is when you sign up to become a vendor and you get one of these certifications, you'll get an email when something in your job commodity code, that what they call it, that you can do, contract comes up. So it's usually 50K and less. And you may, when they award the contract, they may give a point if you've been in business so many years. They may give another point if you're headquartered in Austin. They may give like 2 points if you have one of these certifications. So it doesn't guarantee a contract. It just guarantees that you're going to get some points on the contract. We have seen outside organizations ask for small businesses to get these. So if you start your small business and you say, you know what, I'm not going to become a vendor with the city, I'm not going to do any of this stuff, but I am going to work with these companies in California, New York, or the one we've seen is in San Antonio. So the business in San Antonio, this large corporation in San Antonio, told the small business here, well, we want to contract with you, but we don't know if you are actually a small business. We want you to get the certification. So basically, they want the city to do the legwork for him to make sure that he was a minority-owned business. So that's very common.
Hey, Mr. Brewer, sorry to interrupt. Apparently, I'm only being shown on the screen and not you. Can everyone see Mr. Brewer? Or has that been the case this whole time?
I can see Mr. Brewer.
No, I can see him.
Okay, okay. Just yeah, let me know if it's a little technical. Sorry about that.
All good.
Okay.
Thanks,
And
Tyler.
also, I don't think anybody shared the link for, you were talking about SCORE Austin. It's at www.texvet.org. Is that correct?
I will show it here in a sec. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Okay,
I'll
I
put it in
Googled
there.
it, and this is the website that came up. So just let me know if that's correct. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, moving forward. So taxes. So we want to make sure we pay our taxes. So Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts. So first we set up our legal structure. Sit down with the attorney. There's a place you can go, I'll show you here in a sec, where you can get 30 minutes of legal guidance for $20. The Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts is where you're going to pay your sales and use tax. That's what we call our business taxes here, sales and use USE taxes. If you don't know, if your industries, there's certain industries you don't pay this, you can go in there and they have a little, do you need to pay this portion of that webpage? So when you go to this webpage, Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts is say, when you click on it, do you need to pay it, fill out the application? It says, are you a business in Texas? If you answer yes to any of these, you need to fill out this application. So go there and see if you need to fill it out. IRS. So what do you need to do with the IRS for your business? So one thing every business needs is what's called an employee identification number. So it is your social security number for your business. So typically what we will see is when people start a DBA, sole proprietorship or partnership, mostly sole proprietorship, they will use their social security number for their employee identification number. This is completely legal. When people start LLCs or corporations, they need to get one from the IRS. So you would get your LLC paperwork back, 7 to 10 days, you would get it back. Then you would go on the IRS website and get your EIN, employee identification number. So if you just go in the search engine and just search up EIN, employee identification number, space IRS, it'll bring up the application where you can submit that. That's done online, there's no charge for that. Certain industries are going to require a occupational license. You know, you can think of a few like beautician, plumbers, AC, mechanics, electricians. So they renew these annually. So if you think that you may need one, there's hundreds of occupations that need a license, midwives. You can go here and see if you need one. And the great thing is, if you need one with the state of Texas, the city of Austin is not going to say, well, you need your license to cut hair with the state. You're going to need a license at the city to cut hair too. So it's just a license that's held at the city and not, or the state, and not held at the city. Professional services, connect with the lawyer. We mentioned that, or attorney, accountant. This is a resource guide we went over, and when coronavirus started, we started ATX Recover. So if you don't know any small businesses, this is where we're doing the small business grants, where there's creatives, nonprofits, childcare. This is where we're sticking all that information. So let me make sure I'm sharing my screen, and I will end this and I'll show you some of the resources, okay? So this is our website, smallbizaustin.org. This is what I mentioned earlier. Can everybody see this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Size Up. This is the tool that is no charge to everybody, and this is the tool right here. These are our classes, so definitely take advantage of that. This is how Size Up's going to look when you type it in here. So you're just going to type in your industry here, and you're going to type in the city here. So you can go just Austin, you can go Austin Williamson, or Austin down, I think, like Buda, Kyle area. So it's either central, north, or south. This is Score of Austin. So Score of Austin, what we got here is we have to find a mentor. They offer great workshops. So they record almost all their workshops. So if you are looking to be a nonprofit, you want more experience with the business model canvas, marketing, whatever it is, you can go into here and you can just type it in the search engine and it'll bring up some recorded webinars that they had. If you want to go in there in person, I think they're starting to charge again for their in person, but the recorded ones are no charge. Business and nonprofits, this is the one that's done by the City of Austin Library. So we searched up Austin Library databases. And with Austin Library databases, this is what it's going to bring up. So we went to business and nonprofits, and this is what comes up. This is the A to Z. This is a very powerful tool. We can look at competitors, a little bit about their historical information, how much they paid employees, how long they've been in business. If you want to heat map it to see all the coffee shops in a certain zip code, you can see that. If you want to see all the movie theaters in Austin, you can see that. So this one's a very powerful tool that's no charge. Austin Business Journal, we mentioned that. The book a list. If you're doing more B2B, if your services are more for like real estate companies or construction companies, you can definitely pull up a list and for like an advertising list or marketing list here. Here's another good one right here. Let's see, business and nonprofit information guide. So if you're looking to import, export nonprofit information, you can definitely go to the business and nonprofit information guide. Here's a handbook for all business plans. There's about, I think, 6 in there right now. So these are actual business plans submitted by businesses. A little bit about demographics in here, entrepreneurship. If you are looking, there's our size up tool. So if you don't do it on our website, you can definitely do it on the library website. SOS Direct. So if you're looking to start an LLC or a corporation, this is the link you need to submit your LLC online. So if you want to do it virtually, you can submit your LLC paperwork online, SOS Direct. And you can go to the Texas Secretary of State's office and do it there too. Texas legal forms. This is good if you are trying to do any kind of legal form and you don't want to pay a lawyer attorney to draw up the paperwork. So you can go in here and just search any kind of form that you need. It's easy to use. It tells you where you put your information, you put your other person's information. Then that's when you can submit it to the attorney and they can just review it. So if they're not drawing up the paperwork, they're just reviewing it. It's not going to cost you as much money. This is Big Austin, Big Business Coaches, consulting right there. Economic growth, business incubator, business coaching. This is People Fund. This is our business coaching. You can see they have the loan right here. They do a lot with the loans. Let me type in one more, Texas Lawyer Referral Service. So Lawyer Referral Services, Central Texas. So the Lawyer Referral Service of Central Texas, they offer 30 minutes for $20. So if you have some legal questions that you want to get answered, your business mentor is not capable, there's no one in their network that can answer your question. Business coaches are not going to answer legal questions. This is a great place to start. And that is it for me. Any questions?
Fantastic, Mr. Brewer. Thank you. Brewer. I gotta get the rest after the W out. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully this has been informative, and we've been putting the Small Business Division website link in the chat and your email, and we'll continue to do that. But we have until 1:30, so actually we do have some time for Q&A if you all wanted to do that, or call it if we don't have any questions. We do have a little cushion left. If you all, and if you do have a question, come off mic, of course, and even video. Let me not pin you. Let's see. There you go.
I would say, I know this is a lot of information. I'm going to drop my email in the chat. So take my email down. Definitely reach out to us. We have a team, a great team. We can get you started on the right path. This is kind of like the village concept. We always hear it takes a village. You're not going to do this by yourself. If you think you're going to do it by yourself, you're probably not thinking right. We're here to help you get everybody out. We're going to help you be successful, because when everyone on this call, business owners, entrepreneurs looking to start, is successful, that's when we're going to be successful as a community, as a division. So we want to make everyone successful here, okay?
Hi, Danny. This is Corlin Evans with Foundry House Media. I have a question about the hub, sir, you said the hub and the vendor registration. I found the link to it. I placed it in the chat, but I was trying to figure out what are the processes of signing up for some of those platforms as far as getting those certifications or those yeah, would they be considered certifications, I guess?
Right. So the vendor registration is not a certification, it's just becoming a vendor. So that one is not going, the process for that one is usually 7 to 10 business days, depending on how busy they are. Blender's on the call. Blender is with Small Minority Business Resources. Blender, you want to fill this question?
Yeah, I actually, Danny, I'm retired from
Yeah.
city for
Oh,
2 months,
all
but
right.
I do work with Small Minority Business Resources before I retire. And Tyra will jump in as well. We are working to do a certification workshop later on in the week that will cover that. Registration is just one process where you're getting started, and then you can put in the codes to get the solicitations that are out. Certification is a whole nother step in the process. And I've put the link for the certification overview in the chat earlier. I can drop it in again here, because once everybody should get registered, whether or not you want to be certified at all. That way you can get the solicitations, but certification is another big step in the process where you have to apply, you have to complete the paperwork. You may or may not have to do a site visit. It is free, but it's not guaranteed. Like Danny said, it doesn't guarantee you a contract, and it doesn't guarantee, that you will get anything out of it. It's just another marketing tool for the toolbox. So I'll drop that link in again, so that you have it. And then Tyra, you can talk about the date and time of the certification workshop, because Tyra has set that up for everybody.
Absolutely. Oh,
And I
thank
do
you
have
for
one
gracing
more.
us, Miss Blender. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So with I know you talked about certifications, but as far as like going through a process of acquiring contracts, I know you like the certifications help, but they don't guarantee it. How does that process? How do you get into the pipeline or the funnel to begin that process of acquiring, like trying to get city contracts or government contracts?
Well, first you register as a vendor, and then whenever that code, so when you register as a vendor, there's codes. So for example, I like purple. There may be 15 codes for purple pens. You register for that. Then when the city goes to buy something in a purple code, you would get that email saying, hey, Corlin, is that right? Hey, Corlin, you have registered. Hey, Mr. Evans, we've got this solicitation out there. So then if you're certified, you will get another set of emails or solicitations from a prime bidder or solicitor that says, hey, Mr. Evans, we see that you are certified in this code, and we are putting together a team, and would you like to bid? So you get the visibility from that prime solicitor or prime bidder, and they may ask you to bid for that, or they may come and approach you for, hey, we've got something else out there. So it's just a marketing tool for your toolbox. And if you're selected based on your bid and everything else that you do, then you can become a part of the team.
Yes, that's great. It takes work though, and there's insurance involved, proposal writing, to stay in the game and competitive with certifications. And this whole series is about getting in the game. How to become a vendor. Miss Reve, I think she's here today. I saw her in the chat, which is great. We're doing that part of the series today at 5:30, and I think we're going to be talking about commodity codes, vendor registering, just getting you inching through the process of how to step into a space with capital that you may not have been in before. So but that's today. How to become a vendor today at 5:30, and how to find a local bid is tomorrow at 12:30, and I'll put the schedule back in the chat. And then how to certify your business is Wednesday at 5:30. How to certify your business is Wednesday at 5:30. And as you all take notes throughout this series, you'll start to kind of connect the dots, like, oh, okay, like this is the first step. How do I become a business? And then Next step, how do I register as a vendor? So we got you covered. And this is for the city of Austin. We do talk about state and federal information too, but I did have someone in the chat ask, is this just for the city of Austin? Currently, right now, yes. I do empower you all to do this for your communities as well, though. Yes.
Okay, well, but the certification that SMBR
Oh, that's
offers,
hub.
there's one that
I
is a
see.
federal certification,
Mhm.
disadvantaged business enterprise, that's used by TxDOT and Cap Metro. And you can also ask them to review your application for HUD, which is for the state of Texas.
The state, okay, state and federal. Okay, there we go. Excellent. Love that. Any other Q&As? We got about 2 minutes left. We do want to protect Mr. Brewer's time and y'all's. So anything else burning? Of course, like we got some folks that drop in their information in the chat. You all can network amongst yourselves, as Mr. Evans had a question about that earlier. This is only 60 minutes, so we don't have time to do everything maybe that we'd like to, but we're seeing how this goes, and hopefully we can continue to do things like this in the future. Okay, and Glenn, okay, we got the link. Awesome. Yes, drop those emails. You can also save the chat. There's a feature, possibly, if you're on a desktop at least. There's 3 dots in your chat on the right hand side of your chat box that if you click on it and kind of scroll up, it'll you can save the chat. And then it goes to a folder. I think you're downloaded somewhere where you can find it on your desktop. Great. Yeah, I think that might be it. And did everyone get Mr. Brewer's email? Do I need to, let me see. Sometimes it goes kind of fast. Awesome. I meant to ask, has anyone ever addressed split bidding? Oh, no, not today. No one's addressed split bidding, but we'll talk more about bids tomorrow, Wednesday. Wednesday's series lineup is how to find a local bid and how to certify your business. So we'll get into the bidding process and questions Wednesday. Great. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate you, Mr. Brewer. Quite the pleasure to meet you. And thank you all for coming and participating. You know, way to bet on yourself and get the information. We will see y'all at 5:30, perhaps. If not, hopefully I'll see you sometime in the near future with this series. Blessings, you all, and thank you again.
Thanks, Tara.
Thanks. Peace.